The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Rob, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
I tried to send you a few messages. We're online now. You were supposed to, Arlie should have sent you an email to put you on the panelist to call it.
Oh, I didn't get that. I didn't
Oh,
get
no
that.
worries.
Sorry.
So I've just unmuted you.
Okay.
So you can start the presentation. Hello, everyone. Sorry you're hearing all this. And again, thank you for joining us. So I've started it. So whenever you are ready to start, we're only about half attendees at the moment. So if you'd like to speak, we can start in a minute or two, whatever you'd like.
Sure. Why don't we give it a couple more minutes? It's just 7 right now, just in case people are having some trouble logging on. Why don't we wait a couple minutes and then we'll get things rolling.
Fantastic. Perfect. That's strange. It's not showing that I sent you emails. I don't understand this. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We're just, as Rob had mentioned, we're just going to take a few more minutes as it's just 7:01, and we'll just give it another minute or so, and we will get started here.
Well, while we're waiting, I don't know about where everyone is calling in from today, but it's snowed all day here in Stratford.
Oh, really?
All day. Like I think there might have been a 2-hour break where it didn't snow. So it's still snowing and pretty big flakes right now. So yeah, good time to be talking about traveling somewhere.
Where are you located, Rob?
I'm in Stratford.
Stratford. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they say it's supposed to stay on the ground, or?
Yeah, we're supposed to get a bunch more overnight, it said. So
Oh, wow.
I don't know. We'll see. But then the forecast is for 10 degrees on Sunday, so it'll all go away.
But yes, you're absolutely right. This is definitely going to make us want to all travel now. So again, Rob, I'll leave it in your hands for when you're ready to start. And
Okay. Well, we're going to record this. Is that correct, Hilary?
yes, it is recording. Is absolutely
Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. So why don't we just get going? And if anybody's late, they can they'll just come in part way, and if they want to see what they missed, they can log on. We'll post this on our company YouTube channel in a couple of days, if that's all right. So my name's Rob Blows. I'm welcoming you from Blows and Stewart Travel, and like I said, I'm in Stratford, and we're very happy to have you on the call tonight, and thank you for taking the time. I can't tell you how exciting it is to talk travel. Talk booking travel instead of talking about canceling travel. So we are on the right path. We are moving forward. Things are looking very positive in travel these days. Lots of great news coming out. Things are opening up. I've recently traveled a couple of times, and it's different, but it's doable, and it's not really as bad as what people might think it is. So it's time to start planning on going away and moving and getting outside of your living room again, which is great news. So thanks very much for taking the time to join us tonight. And Hilary's going to go through her presentation, and then certainly after the call, or if you think of anything, you're welcome to give our offices a call. Our staff are working. Some are in the office, some are working remotely these days, but we're all available by email, and we're all hooked up on the phone system. So we can be reached, and we can certainly get back to you with any questions or inquiries you might have about any travel. Of course, specifically with the Globus family of brands, we'd love to help you with that as well. So I will stop talking because you tuned in to listen to Hilary, not me. And Hilary, I'll let you introduce yourself and continue on. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Very kind of you. Yes, my name is Hilary Brown. I'm the Business Development Manager based in Ontario. With Globus family of brands. We have 4 brands under our belt. We have our Globus product, which is our first class coach touring. We have our Cosmos product, which is our value pack product. We have our Monograms, which is our fully independent travel product. And we have Avalon Waterways. We are the Globus family of brands. And the Globus family of brands works very, very closely with Rob and his team. And again, thank you for asking me to present to your clients tonight. And again, as you said, we're all ready to get back into travel. And we actually have a Now Is Our Time. Plan your comeback to travel with Globus family of brands. Hopefully you may have seen them on a commercial as well as on the radio. My husband said he heard our jingle on the 1010 radio the other day. And again, it's really that, as Rob mentioned, it's now time to travel. It's our time to travel. And you know, that Canadian flag right there in the middle of the page, we are proud Canadians that, you know, do we have it on our backpack? Do we have it on, you know, our purses? We wear a little pins with our Canadian flags there. Everything is, again, we're proud Canadians and we're ready to travel. Not only are we ready to travel, but the world is ready for us to travel as well. So yes, tonight I am going to speak on behalf of Avalon Waterways. Again, we are the Globus family of brands. We've been in the business for 92 years, starting off with our Globus product. You might have remember our name, which was Globus Gateway in the past. And, you know, it's beneficial to be part of a family here. And again, you know, today, as I mentioned, we are going to speak of with Avalon Waterways. And, you know, it's true. Everyone deserves a sweet view. We're all ready to travel when it comes to Canadian travels as well. We have 35 offices worldwide. And I just want to share, you know, with the sweet, safe, and sound of cruising. We've been in the business for over 10 years with our river cruising, which really has been making waves in the travel industry and proving that when it comes to the bodies of water, ships and cities, bigger isn't always better. Avalon Waterways has led the way with our spacious, innovative, and award-winning suite ships. And now, as Rob and I have mentioned, is the time to go out and experience with river cruising. And as I mentioned, you are speaking a Canadian office, myself based in Ontario. Everything is Canadian dollars, Canadian price, paying in Canadian dollars. And as of September the 1st, Canadians have started traveling with our product. Globally, we have 35 offices worldwide, just to give you a little bit of our background. And we have had over 15,000 passengers travel globally with us. The number one priority has always been the health and safety of our passengers. We've just taken that one step further when it comes to all the protocols in place. So again, we'll go through that as the slides continuously go on. So just to give you an idea, we actually have, when it comes to river cruising, first of all, the ships are built the same width and height. Avalon Waterways is what we've done is we've pushed the walls out to have a larger stateroom. We have a 200 square foot stateroom and 11 by 7 fully open air balcony. We have our product available for 2021, 2022, and 2023. Now, speaking about, let's start with 2021. We are finding that our Christmas time cruises, some of them are actually already sold out, which is amazing. 2022, you have to remember, for the passengers that did not travel in 2020, 2021, they've now transferred their bookings to 2022. However, 68% of it is new business. So as Rob has mentioned, getting over the hurdle, ready to travel now, is just taking that one step further to get on those planes and ready to travel. We have 80 cruises, over 80 cruises on 10 rivers through 20 countries in Europe. Asia, South America, and Egypt as well. So we do really go beyond Europe. We go from the English Channel to the Mediterranean Sea. We discover timeless traditions and beauty on the Rhine, the Danube, the Rhone, just to name a few. We also explore South America with a cruise on the Amazon or expedition to the Galapagos. And we really discover ancient traditions on the Mekong in Southeast Asia, as well as the sacred Ganges in India as well, or the mysterious Nile in Egypt. We really, when it comes to Avalon Waterways, you can cruise your way with countless combinations of land vacations before or even after your cruise as well. Hopefully you can see, I know, Rob, I've got you on, the only one that is off mute. Hopefully you can see my slides are changing because sometimes it pauses. So hopefully you can see my slides that are changing as I am speaking. And, you know, when it comes to Avalon Waterways, the rivers that we really, when you're dreaming of an escape, we go over the Rhine, the Rhone, the Danube, the Seine, the Moselle, as I mentioned, the Main, Holland and Belgium, as well as we really have the perfect cure when it comes to traveling with Avalon Waterways. We have impeccable scenery every turn of the way, storied scenery, hillside castles. We're going into the small, quaint towns. Not only are we visiting the large cities as well, we're really going to the unspoiled villages and towns. So why Avalon Waterways? Well, you know, number one, as I mentioned, we've been in the business for 92 years. We have the Globus family of brand support. We offer a wide variety of itineraries with every river cruise that we have to offer. There's no wonder that many river cruise lines choose to sail along the European rivers. And just as the European rivers, the only waterways that features, we have dozens of castles and many miles. Avalon Waterways is the only river cruise operators that invites you to customize your river cruises on the Danube, the Rhine, the Moselle, as I mentioned, the Saône, just to name a few, really get to experience with dozens of choices. So there is definitely a selection of competitive advantages, but really choosing what makes sense for our audience. So we're a small, intimate ship. Our average passengers is 120 to 160 passengers. Our average, is 150 passengers. All our sisters are sister ships. We're traveling within the same group. And really, the ship becomes your floating hotel. And of course, we have our Avalon insurance, which we'll talk about later as well. And as I mentioned, you are dealing with a Canadian office in Canadian pricing. So again, there are high levels focuses to really how we can create the perfect vacation. Transportation's always getting you from A to B and always included. Our accommodations are always superior first-class product, centrally located hotels when you're doing a pros. Yes, the pre and post. Yes, we use a Metropolis, a Sheraton's, the Hyatts. However, we do not focus on chain. We focus on superior first-class product, centrally located hotels. As well as when it comes to guidance, we really are providing our clients with the best tour directors and local guides. And with sightseeing, we're really ensuring that you get to see all the must-sees at the right place at the right time. And then, of course, that allows you to have more leisure time built in as well. When it comes to, with our excursions as well, we have something called our Happy Line. It's our VIP access. And the great thing about that, as we've been in the business for 92 years, we have the VIP access. We are in and out before the main doors even open sometime. For example, Vatican City, we are in and out on our way to the Colosseum, which again gives you the more freedom at the end of the day as well. And, you know, Avalon truly reinvented river cruise ships. As I mentioned, all ships are built the same width and height. Avalon Waterways, again, what we've done is we've pushed the walls out to have larger staterooms at 200 square foot staterooms. That is per 30% larger than the staterooms out there, again, in the industry standard. And we've really created river cruising, only open air balcony, really letting the outside in. And there's nothing between you and the view. We've really mastered the art of blending luxury with comfort. And again, now blurring the lines between outside and in. all at the same time having our open air balcony with having 100% wide open views, wall to wall, floor to ceiling panoramic windows, as well as we also have our comfort collection bed. And the wonderful thing about that is what we have the bed facing the view. We are the only company that has a bed facing the view. You have to remember there's so much history that happened by the waters that when you are looking, there's not much to stare at when you're staring at a wall. Whereas, as I mentioned, we have our beds facing outwards, really letting the outside in, as well as also enlarges our bathroom at the same time. And again, just right here, the bed with the view, again, your open air balcony, you have a couch, you have a chair, a table there as well. Everything is available, and absolutely look at that view right there. You can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the scenery as you sail by. Our bathrooms are marble bathrooms, L'Occitane products. And this is where I really like to say, where's Waldo? And when I say that, it's, unfortunately, I'm not in person at the moment, and I look forward to meeting you all in the future. But again, it comes down to the little things that Avalon Waterways does, the Globus family of brands. We always ask our clients to fill out a questionnaire at the end of their cruise, the tour, just so we know how we can improve ourselves in the future, which again, allows us to, make the little things that our clients are looking for. And when I say, where's Waldo? If you look on the left-hand side, this is where I like to say, do you see anything different? And right there, you can see his and her towels. Honey, you left the towel on the floor. No, honey, you did. No, it's brown. Pick it up. Okay, fine. It was me. So again, we have his and her towels. I like to say, I've also done a presentation in the past, and a gentleman had said to me, you also have non-slip showers. That is something that I would not have noticed, but again, that was something that he noticed. So it's the little things that Avalon Waterways does that makes the difference. And of course, creating more room throughout the ship by having the largest rooms in river. Really just think larger rooms means less can fit in on a ship, which equals less passengers, more space. We are able to offer you ample space to really stretch out and enjoy your experience from the outdoor observation, as you can see in the top left-hand corner here, or one of our elegant panorama lounges where you are surrounded by endless views and changing scenic vistas. And really, don't worry, because there are fewer fellow passengers. And again, that is ample room for you to enjoy more as well. River cruise vessels are built to slowly ply through the world's weaving and meandering rivers. And again, to sail under centuries of old bridges, squeeze between 12-meter wide locks, Avalon's Waterways floating boutique hotel holds, as I mentioned, an average 150 passengers. Although some are much smaller, for example, our MEKONG ships is just 18 staterooms, which accommodates 36 passengers. And while fellow passengers' numbers are low, Avalon's onboard crew ratio is high. In fact, on every ship, the average guest-to-crew ratio is 3-to-1, which again means travelers have more crew members easily and happily catering to their needs every moment of every day. Unlike ocean cruising, which offers guests the plethora of large-scale onboard entertainment activities catering to hundreds of thousands of guests, river cruises are not built that way. Instead, river cruising itineraries are destinations focused with local guides who help travelers experience and connect with the world around them. Most river cruise itineraries also sail off the beaten path, visiting small fairy tale villages, quaint villages, squares, family-owned wineries, bakeries, restaurants along the way. Further cues are not news to the world's river. With Avalon Waterways, excursions typically accommodate smaller groups of guests at a time, providing every traveler with immersive and authentic experience as well. And on the rivers, our travelers are not at sea. They do not get seasick, nor is there cabin fever. Instead, when on a river cruise, you get to wind and bend through the heart of fascinating countries, providing a panoramic view of the old world, always within few feet from shore. On a river vessel, travelers pass cliff-top castles, hillside vineyards, ancient villages, and capital cities. Every day and every night, travelers have quick and easy access to ports of call, local hosts, immersive experience, and even health and medical professions if needed. You know, and I absolutely love this slide because better is not always bigger. You know, when you're looking at an average size, as I mentioned, our river cruising, the average size is 150 passengers versus big ship cruising 3,000 plus passengers. More passengers is less intimate, less passengers is more intimate. Again, when looking at a deck space, you're looking at 4 football fields of approximately 750 passenger per football field. With Avalon Waterways, we are 1 football field with approximately 150 passengers, again, per 1 football field. So you can see there's space, there's room. Less passengers, again, means more space. Our crew ratio, as I mentioned earlier, our river cruising ratio is 3-to-1 versus big cruise ships is 6-to-1. And again, you're looking at approximately 1,500 staterooms versus 83 staterooms. So again, better is not always bigger. When it comes to Avalon Waterways, as I mentioned, the health and safety has always been our top priority with the guests and our crew on board. Avalon Waterways really takes the idea of leave a little sparkle wherever you go to a whole new level. And we're really subject to the highest safety and hygiene standards. As I mentioned later on, we'll go through that with our assurance as well. So when on board, we ask you to embark with Avalon Waterways. As I mentioned, there's over 80 cruises on 10 rivers throughout 20 countries in Europe. Again, we also go beyond Europe as well with our Southeast Asia and the Mekong, Sacred Ganges in India, just to name a few. So our vision is always, you know, there's a wide variety of product out there as well. And, you know, when it comes to Avalon Waterways, it's all about choice. No 2 travelers are alike. On Avalon Waterways, we would never expect you to enjoy the same cruise experience as everyone else, whether you like to paddle or kayak or paint a canvas. Each day on an Avalon River cruise is the adventure of the mind, heart, or heart rate if you prefer. So you can go ahead, you can pick up a paintbrush, a paddle, or the perfect village. The possibilities are wide open as our views as well. So again, when offering the right inclusions on board and offshore, it really comes down to our guests. We follow our guests. That means that from the product to the creation to included features on board and on shore, Avalon Waterways really creates an experience that is based on our clients, what they are looking for in a river cruise, what makes their vacation theirs, through several different initiatives. For example, we have our YOURWAY, which is really bringing the entire vacation experience to your fingertips. Avalon Choice is all about choice on onboard and offshore as well, from whether or not you're going to take part in a sunrise stretching with our Avalon Adventure Center, our hosts, as well as maybe you want to explore each port city. We also have our Go apps as well, which is, you know, really going beyond the standard and the ordinary, letting our clients choose to be their own tour guide and spend a day exploring independently with our included Avalon Go app, which again, I'll go through that later as well. And again, flex dining, whenever you want to eat and whatever you want to eat, to how well you want to eat. You know, we let you choose each ingredient along the culinary journey. So again, let's just take a little bit closer look into our product as well. When it comes to Avalon Waterways, as I mentioned, it's all about choice. And every day includes an excursion, and you'll always have a choice of a classic, discovery, or an active. Your classic is your must-see sites in a destination that is the excursion for you. An expert local guide will bring the destination to life in only an Avalon way can. Our discovery is more hands-on, more engaging. Cooking classes, learning how to make schnitzel, potato salad, strudel, all at the same time enjoying wine, learning to paint a Monet or a Van Gogh, you know, again, or you can take our active excursions, which again, you know, canoeing down the Danube, paddling down the Rhine, choosing a jogging tour through Amsterdam or a hiking in the forest through a medieval castle. You know, it's all up to you, the client. You can customize your tour, your cruise, the way that you would like. As we mentioned, no 2 passengers are alike. When it comes to Avalon Waterways, as I mentioned, we are the youngest fleet on the water. Our average age is 8 years. We do not refurbish, nor do we rebuild our ships. We only build new ships, which allows us to be more modern, contemporary design. We're also a sister ship, so no matter what ship you are on, you will always feel the exact same as the ship that you sailed on. We're a consistent fleet, so again, you'll always have the familiar feel when it comes to Avalon Waterways as well. With Avalon, again, it's up to you. How would you like to cruise your way? You can add a Avalon Waterways with a pre and post. You can add a land excursion with our monograms, which is our independent vacation packages. So again, with a local host to assist you with the guidance, the tips, the arrangements throughout your stay. Or you can add a Globus escorted tour with a dedicated coach driver, tour director, and certified local guide. So no matter which Your Way extension that you choose, we take care of the seamless details like ship to hotel transportation, again, superior first class products, centrally located hotels in the world's most fascinating cities, from Paris to Prague, Budapest to Berlin, and much more as well. So for example, let's just look at this itinerary here. This is our Central European Way, Central European Experience. This is a 7-day itinerary, and this is the perfect example of customizing your cruise. Again, it's with completely different pre and post cruise trips. You can choose what you want to see. Would you like to see London, Paris, and Prague? And again, you can still travel together. So, again, is there a couple that is wanting to arrive a little bit earlier or maybe spend additional time before your cruise exploring London and Paris with monograms? Or are you really getting to know to explore the wonderful cities? Meanwhile, a friend of yours, a family member, will end their vacation in Prague with Avalon Waterways. Again, both of you getting the additional time in the cities of your dreams. It's the little things that Avalon Waterways has. It's the little touches. We think different and big, like the plushest of towels and L'Occitane bath products, at top marble countertops, premium spirits at our upscale bar, our rich Lavazza coffee in our club lounge. You deserve the best of everything when you're on vacation, including what you need to maintain your healthy lifestyle. On our ship, we have the state-of-the-art fitness center. We have free bicycles for use in select ports. And again, we have a bubbling whirlpool on our sky deck awaiting your return as well. And when it comes to Avalon Waterways, really savoring the local favorites of the world. Again, our chefs, our talented chefs, they prepare all the right ingredients, again, in your choice of venues on board. So let's just go through that. As you can see, you can now have in your suite, we have you can have complimentary room service. Or you can go on our Sky Grill to an elegant 4-course dinner in the glass-walled dining room in the bottom left-hand corner, or for a less formal sit-down atmosphere, you can take more casual approach while fine dining, while mingling over delicious petite plates in our Panorama Bistro. Or maybe you really want to go off and enjoy a picnic lunch. You can ask our maitre d' and a chef to pack a picnic lunch for you to really go off the beaten path and enjoy a refreshing lunch as well. On an Avalon cruise, every meal is a part of the journey. So let's take a little bit closer of a look here when it comes to our Avalon Fresh as well. When we have with our dining room as well is our flex dining. And number one is, again, this is our back stateroom here where you can have specialty coffees, tea, juice, water, snacks. Are you a Belgian waffle or eggs Benedict person? Again, the choice is always up to you as well. And again, as you can see, wine and beer is included with lunch and dinner, unlimited. And it's not house wine, it's regional wines, just to let you know that as well. And that is also complimentary. So with our Avalon Fresh as well, we work with these 3-star, two brothers, 3-star culinary brothers that really believe in fresh fare, fresh food on board as well. And they work with our chefs. When it comes down to dinner, a 4-course meal, you can have a choice of a red meat, a chicken, a vegetarian, or a fish, or you can have our Avalon Fresh plate as well. So, again, tantalizing cuisine without the guilt. There's a palette for everybody on board as well. When it comes to as well, when it comes to Avalon Waterways, we have an adventure center where you can sign up bicycle, Nordic walking sticks, Fitbits, that picnic blanket for your picnic lunch. And then we also have our adventure host. He or she is there to guide you for activities, excursions. And then, of course, we have our Avalon Go app, which, again, I will go through in the next couple of slides as well. When it comes to Avalon Waterways, we have direct embarkation to our ships. You may not get your stateroom until 4 p.m., but you could feel as if you are an Avalon passenger, home away from home. Put your feet up, have something to eat, something to drink. Again, we want you to feel relaxed. This is your dream vacation, and we are here to, as I mentioned, to make you feel at home. And again, I mentioned it earlier, we also go beyond Europe as well. We have 5 differences when it comes to Avalon Waterways as well. And, number 1 is that we also have the differences of panorama suite, 200 square foot staterooms, 11 by 7 fully open air balcony. We also have our Avalon Choice that we spoke about, with the experiences, the included experiences. Would you like a discovery, a classic, or an active excursion? And then we also have our active and discovery itineraries. Those are more, again, hands-on, more engaging. The ports are closer together. We have itineraries on 6 rivers, more overnights in ports. In 2018, we came out with our active and discovery on the Danube. Excuse me. 2019, we came out with our active and discovery on the Rhine. 2020, we came out with our active and discovery on the Rhone. 2021, we came out with our active and discovery in Holland and Belgium. And now for 2022, we have our active and discovery in the Seine and the Moselle. So when looking at our itineraries, you can have a classic itinerary, or you can choose an active and discovery as well itinerary. And of course, we also have our special interest cruises. We have our storyteller series. When it comes to our special interest cruises, even if we have one Canadian on board with our history cruises, we will take them to Juno Beach, which is our Paris to Normandy's landings. We will take them to Juno Beach. We also have our storyteller series where we have authors, Diane Gobaldon, which is the author of Outlander, Candace Bushnell, the author of Sex and the City, Gone Girl, just to name a few as well. And we also have Sister Hazel, brand new to our portfolio there when it comes to our special interest. As well, you know what? We also have our short and sweet. You can add on with these short and sweets, but this is a perfect introduction to river cruising. Or again, this is the perfect add-on if you would also like to add onto a hotel or monograms, as I mentioned, or a Globus tour as well. And as I mentioned, we're finding that a lot more passengers are really starting to explore more, go further, more exotic destinations. We have our Taste of Egypt right here, where you can stand at the foot of the pyramids, answer the riddle of the Sphinx, and sail down the historic Nile River on the Taste of Egypt itineraries. You really get to experience Egypt's magnificent cities, as I mentioned, great pyramids, massive temples, really uncovering the secrets of one of the world's most advanced cultures. We also have our colorful India and the Ganges River. This is actually, you can choose 5 options to extend this ship as well, with Kathmandu and Varanasi as well. So again, this is a 56 passenger ship, 260 square foot deluxe suites when it comes to Avalon Waterways. This is a 13-day itinerary starting in Delhi, 2 nights in Agra, 2 nights in Jaipur, flying down to Kolkata and sailing down the Ganges River. We also have our fascinating Vietnam and Cambodia. This is 18 staterooms, 36 passengers, 245 square foot panorama suites. You can have an itinerary of a southbound and a northbound. And again, really, we ask you when traveling, there's so many extensions that you can add onto this as well. We have 6 extensions, including Hanoi, Halong Bay, and Bangkok as well. So starting in Siem Reap, ending in Ho Chi Minh City, and sailing down the Mekong for 7 beautiful nights. Again, we also have from the Inca Empire to the Peruvian Amazon. This is 11 days, Lima to Lima. This is on our Delphin 3 ship. It's a 5-star. And again, this is, we also can have small groups on this. It's a 22 all-suite ship. Again, famed the Peruvian cuisine, expert naturalist, spa with signature treatment as well. This is my bucket list, Ecuador and its Galapagos Islands. This is 16 passengers. Again, complimentary wine on board. We have our naturalist. Again, this is amazing. 5 extensions, including Amazon and Peru. So you can always add this 8-day Quito to Quito with 5 different extensions as well. And when it comes to Avalon Waterways, what to expect when traveling with us? You know, again, we have our and on-trip health screening, providing touchless temperature checks. We work very, very closely with all international government health agencies to ensure that our protocols exceed the latest regularity requirements. We're minimizing content, enhancing cleaning and disinfecting, reducing all touch points. I'll go into this a little bit further with our insurance. And of course, we are arranging and paying for the testing to return home. So all our passengers on all our product need to be fully vaccinated at least 2 weeks prior to our sailing or on any of our tours. Now, I know that one of the questions that we'll get at the end of the presentation is fully vaccinated. Can it be mixed vaccines? Absolutely, it can be mixed vaccines. But again, all depending on the country. We work very closely with Sherpa as well. That gives us all the right protocols in place for each country as well. We are also, just to mention as well, we are also, I'm just going to go back to here, arranging and paying for the COVID negative test to return home. So again, we are arranging and paying for all COVID testing to return home at no extra cost to our clients. So again, we actually, just to give you an example, we had our our director of marketing on our wine cruise 2 weeks ago, and he was sharing that they arranged a taxi to the clinic and back, and it was 100 euros, as well as the COVID test on top of that. And we arranged and paid for everything. So as long as our passengers need a test to return home, this will be in effect. We will arrange and pay for all this included as well. Avalon Waterways, again, we have our apps. We also have our apps with Globus, Cosmos, Monograms, and Avalon. And these are an augmented navigation system, which means you do not need Wi-Fi to download any of these apps. Again, as well as Wander and Wonder without Wi-Fi, we have a little tab in there that you can pick restaurant, theaters, shopping, museums, and you just click on the tab just like Google Maps, and it'll take you right there, as well as it will bring you back as well. And again, you do not need Wi-Fi for that. You'll have your day-by-day itineraries on here. You'll have your e-documents, currency converter. You can pen it, snap it, post it. Again, you can upload your pictures. You can share this with your friends and your family. You can add it to social media. They are wonderful apps. So again, those are available as well. We also have something called the Whisper, and this really allows you to walk freely and listen to the local guides during the excursions. Our Whispers go 500 meters, which is half a kilometer. So again, you can wander freely and hear what the local guide is saying to you. Again, it also offers internet access to your mobile devices, and you get to use your own earbuds. So you're never going to miss a thing with our Whisper. So, you know, the number one question is, okay, we're ready to travel. However, what happens when on board and to return home? So to return home, we already mentioned that we will arrange and pay for all testing to return home. And again, you know, at the earlier of the presentation, I mentioned that, you know, our number one priority is always to make sure that the health and safety of our passengers, we've just taken that one step further with all the protocols in place. So let's just go through this just to go through a little bit further. So when on board, welcome on board, we have a new embarkation procedure that offers you a safe start to your journey. And that will include social distancing throughout embarkation, mandatory health screening, including touch-free temperature checks for all guests and crew, and luggage disinfecting prior to onboard, with crew wearing gloves as well. And as you remember in my presentation earlier, when it comes to our staterooms, 200 square foot staterooms, 11 by 7, fully open air, really letting the outside in, that when it comes to our open air stateroom, you know, our air in our ship is not circulating between staterooms. Again, only within the individual stateroom, really mixing with fresh air, outside air. With our social distancing guidelines for each guest as well, this will include reducing ship capacity as required for more space on board per guest, introducing more dining venues for more dining space per person, crew wearing masks for the duration of the cruise during any guest interaction, providing masks for guests to wear during any event where social proximity could become an issue, including disembarkation for excursions and safety drills. And again, we're also adjusting our ratio of guides and coaches on excursions as required, going by the law of the country. And again, you know, touching hearts, not hands, we're reducing risk with hands-free services, and that will include more hand sanitizations throughout the ship, required use of hand sanitizations when leaving the ship, returning to the ship, entering the dining venues, as well as entering each public common space, as well as self-serve stations will also be replaced with crew service. And we also have hourly, or if not more frequent, disinfecting of public areas as well. We have our enhanced cleaning procedures throughout each ship, and this will include these additional steps to go above and beyond Avalon's already strict procedures. We will have deep disinfectant of each stateroom between cruises. That will include the use of disinfecting and cleaning materials that meet the highest standards. Soft goods in each stateroom, for example, the mattress, the sofa, the window coverings, chairs, etc., will be disinfected between cruises. Disinfecting of all dining areas between meals, disinfecting of all shared items like umbrellas, bicycles, and other adventure center items, disinfecting of all goods prior to loading on the ship, and ongoing crew training as well. And of course, ongoing crew training and protective equipment use and hygiene. So when it comes to our crew, we also, of course, do need to focus on our crew, and we want to ensure that they are a healthy crew, and that would include medical certificates required prior to start of the contract, daily temperature checks as well, social distancing in crew living quarters, and regular health screening as well. One of the wonderful features that Avalon Waterways Globus family of brands has is that we have our peace of mind travel plan. This is risk-free, hassle-free, worry-free, and strings-free with our new peace of mind travel plan. This is complimentary, and this is attached to all 2021 bookings, 2022 bookings for right now, giving you the flexibility to move your vacation to any other 2021 or 2020 date to destination itinerary or even another brand in our vast portfolio, as long as final payment has not been made. So let's think outside of the box. For example, you're on a river cruise and you have it booked for March 2022 and you receive that wedding invitation. As long as final payment has not been made, you can now change. No penalties, no problem. You can change the date, the destination, or even the brand in our vast portfolio. Also, I want to thank you today for joining me. It was lovely to speak to you. We'll open it for questions. Rob and I will be more than happy to help you with that. And again, we have an exclusive offer that if you book within the next 2 weeks from today, which will bring you to November the 24th, that we will $200 off. As you book that by within the next 2 weeks, we will add that on top of any promotion out there. Are there any questions? I'll just read the questions here, and then hopefully Rob and I can answer them. We're unable to open your webcast. As Rob had mentioned, this will be available. We're recording it, and they'll be able to share this on their social media. I'm sorry, on their Facebook page. I'm sorry that you were unable to open this. as well as are excursions included or extra fee. So every day includes a city tour, as mentioned, whether it's a classic, a discovery, or an active excursion. There are a few extra excursions, but more of them are included than not. Rob, you're online?
I'm here. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. I can't see any of the
see.
questions.
I don't
Yeah.
see any other questions. Is there anything else that you would like to add, or
Well,
the only two
yeah,
questions?
yeah, no, that's great. Thank you very much. So you said 2 weeks from today, which would be November 17th, would be
Yes,
the
correct.
extension of the. Yeah. Okay, that's great.
No,
So
not November 17th. 2 weeks. Yes, sorry, November the 17th. Yes, you're correct. That's right. Yes, thank you.
Yep. Right. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I just also wanted to mention too, as well as the $200 that's being offered, and that's on any of the brands, by the way. So that's great that offer the flexibility on that. Thank you very much. But I just wanted to also mention a couple of things too that many of you may or maybe you don't know that we have an arrangement with RBC that we can accept your RBC rewards points as part of the payment or full payment, whichever you wish, to pay for part of your trip. So since you haven't traveled in a while, maybe you've got a few more points built up, you can certainly do that. We also offer, we partner with a company called Uplift, and we offer a payment plan. So it's a financing plan, 12 equal payments. So again, for those of you that are interested in maybe doing something along that line, make it easier to budget and maybe make the trip a little bigger, we can certainly help you with that using that tool as well. And we'll certainly our job is really to help you not only find the right product to travel on, so you're buying the right product, it's also to make sure you have the right documentation and talk about insurance. We have to have all those conversations as well. So your travel advisor is going to go through all of that with you. We are going to make sure you know what you need before you go. And if there's changes before you go, we will update you and let you know. So those are all, that's all part of our job. And we're on top of that every day. That's all we do these days is look up what you need to get in and out of countries. It's just an incredible job, and luckily there's some technology out there that's really helped us do that. So, don't be scared of it. Just if you're not sure, you want to give a call. We'll tell you exactly what's required to get into a certain country and re-enter Canada. And these things do change quite a bit. But we're certainly happy to go through all those options with you, just so you're comfortable. And those of you on the call tonight might say, well, I'm not really ready to travel yet, not comfortable to travel yet. But again, with the option there, with the very flexible booking option where you can change your dates, I'd recommend starting to think about, maybe you're not ready to go in 21, but certainly for 22, there's a lot of dates actually that are very hard to get space on already because of all those people that had canceled cruises and tours and whatnot. So, don't hesitate to start planning it right now and get something. If you think you want to go next fall, next summer, we should start looking at that now and get something booked for you. Like I said, there's very flexible rules out there, as well as with airlines as well, as far as date changes and things like that. So now is a great time because with COVID, all the challenges, but it has really brought, the travel industry has realized, flexibility is required. So there's I've never seen flexibility like I've seen now, as far as being able to change your dates and rebook. And even within the Globus family of brands, they'll let you take your Avalon deposit and move it over to a Globus tour, which is fantastic. So never before seen this kind of cooperation. So now's the time.
Absolutely.
And thank you all. Thank you all for taking the time to join us.
Thank you, Rob. There are two more questions here. One of them is from Sharon. What is the price of the Danube River cruise in May 2023? Sharon, I would ask you to reach out to one of your your Blows and Stewart travel advisors, and they'll be able to go through the different itineraries. We can't just say that we have one itinerary down the Danube, and they will be able to help you with the specific itinerary and dates that is available. As I mentioned, there's quite a few promos out there as well. We also have another comment here. Rob, we missed the beginning of your presentation. Where can we find the whole presentation?
So it's in a couple of days. Just give us a couple of days to get it up there. We will post it on our. We have a YouTube channel. That's where it generally goes. So if you look on YouTube for Blows and Stewart Travel or BST Vacations, this will be loaded there. And or if you want to email me directly, I can send you the link. My email is rblows, that's BLOWES @bstvacations.ca.
Perfect. There you go. I will have another comment here. Regarding meals on cruise, did you say there are no buffets? No, actually, there are buffets as well, and the crew is sanitizing the serving materials throughout each person as well. So do the crew serve the food? So when it comes to sitting down, the servers will serve your food. But again, we do still have our buffets as well. And again, all the utensils are being sanitized throughout continuously. All right, I think that's it for questions, Rob. Again, thank you everyone for joining myself and Rob today. We look forward to seeing you on Avalon Waterways. You know, and today you dream, tomorrow you will, travel. So tomorrow you will do. And as Rob mentioned, his full team is here to help you with absolutely any questions.
Absolutely. Look forward to talking to you all.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for allowing me to take the time and share our product with you. And I wish everybody a safe fall, and we look forward to seeing you on Avalon Waterways. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thanks, Hilary.
Thank you, Rob.
Bye now. Bye-bye.